Hey everybody, welcome to another off-season edition of Touchdown BC. I'm your host, Andrew Wadden, back once again to get you pigskin junkies up to speed with all the happenings in and around amateur football in this beautiful province we call home. On this month's episode, Jim Mullen from Crown Countdown U sits down with the new offensive coordinator for the SFU Clan. Not going to give away just who that is just yet. Let's just say he's a familiar name to all you football fans across BC. Stay tuned for that. Plus, I'll have an exclusive interview with Shane McGarva from the BC Lions where we'll chat about the upcoming Orange Helmet Awards. But before we get to all of that, let's head to Langley where the top high school players from across the province took part in the 2015 Senior Bowl at McLeod Stadium.
Well, what a surprise. It was raining for this one, and just who we have here, that's our boy Dino rallying the boys before kickoff. What's up, Dino? Team BD in black and Team Yamoka in orange. First drive of the game, and the Yamoka side strikes first. Handsworth Royals gunslinger Mahai Lapouste shows off his arm. Corey McCoy of the Rutland Voodoos all's in the grab. Just like that, it's 7-0 for the Orange Crush. Late in the second Q, they would add to that lead. Brock Zielinski from Mount Boucheray shows off his spin moves. That's 6 more for the Yammers. 9 seconds in the half, Yamoka's D shows its teeth. North Surrey Bears QB Colby Peters gets flushed out of the pocket and is turfed by Crosby Ray Templeton. Last play of the half now, Peters tries to force one over the middle, but Lucas Bill of the Carson Graham Eagles swoops in for the pick. You see what I did there? Eagles, swoops? Never mind. Team Yamoka takes a 15-0 lead into the break. Third Q now, Rylan Matters of the Dutchess Park Condors under center now for the Yammers. Shows off his athleticism, connecting with Chris Ridley of the Earl Marriott Mariners, and the orange side is once again in the BD red zone. Matters then calls his own number, punches it in for the major. It's now 22-0 for Team Yamoka. Shift to the fourth, under 3 minutes to play, and Team BD finally gets things going. Peters hits Matt Oy from the Meadow Ridge Knights. 2 plays later, they hook up once again. Yep, there it is. Oy gets Team BD on the board, but it was too little too late for the boys in black. Team Yamoka defeats Team BD 22-7 to take the 2015 Senior Bowl. Here's a look now at the MVPs from the game.
The CFL National Combine took place in late March with a healthy contingent of players either from the province or having played for teams in BC taking part in the week-long event. Lamar Durant out of SFU had a very impressive showing, recording the 4th fastest time in the 40-yard dash, as well as the 4th highest mark in the vertical leap. Durant and offensive lineman Suk Chung out of the University of Calgary are 2 of the bigger names that took part in the Combine. UBC running back Brandon Deschamps out of Prince George and his T-Birds teammate Donovan Dale were also taking part, as was former T-Bird linebacker Adam Konar, a Vancouver College alumni. Konar finished off his CIS career playing with Chung in Calgary. Durant's SFU teammate Matt Isherwood also took part in the Combine, as did former BC FC players quarterback Jordan Yance and Dexter Jenke, who earned his invite after impressing at the Regional Combine in Edmonton. Speaking of that Regional Combine in Edmonton, there were a few BC-born prospects that turned heads, including Coquitlam BC's Bobby Pospisil from SFU, who posted the top time in the 3-cone drill and posted the 5th fastest time in the 40-yard dash. Also impressing scouts from Coquitlam was Nahimi Kongalongo out of the University of Wyoming, who posted the 2nd longest broad jump. North Vancouver native Kyle Kawamoto of SFU was 5th in the 3-cone drill. Fellow North Vanner Liam Howe posted the 4th highest mark in the vertical leap, while Surrey native Jordan Linnon out of the University of Manitoba posted the 5th fastest time in the shuttle drill. All right, last month we announced the signing of Kelly Bates as the new head coach up at SFU. Well, Bates hinted that he was going to comprise a stellar group of coaches to surround him, And the rookie head coach, well, he held true to his word as the program announced that former BC Lions head coach Joe Powpow is joining the Clan as the team's new offensive coordinator. Powpow brings 25 years of coaching experience to the Clan, having coached in both the CFL and the CIS. Earlier, Jim Mullen from the critically acclaimed Crown Countdown U caught up in studio with the Clan's new OC.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Now joined by Joe Powpow, the new offensive coordinator for the Simon Fraser Clan. And Joe, I've got an admission to make. My very first TV interview happened when I was 14 years old, and it was with you in a Baskin-Robbins in White Rock. And you know what? You look like you're ready to play, and I'm just old and fat and slow.
Was that about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, time flies. Let's talk about your job with the Simon Fraser Clan. You've made the hop back to college football, and this is your adopted hometown. This is like your hometown now. How comfortable does it feel to be in that position?
It's surreal from the standpoint after 17 years now back in Vancouver and being a West Coast guy anyway. It feels like a natural fit. I enjoy the coaching aspect of it, but more importantly, this is my 9th year at the university level, and there's a certain type of student athlete that you're going to get, or athlete you're going to get, and I look forward to the coming year.
Let's talk about spring camp. You're in the midst of it right now. Things have been a little rough at Simon Fraser in terms of missing parts of recruiting seasons. How are the numbers up there? What is your depth like on your positions on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, probably a lot lower than normal. As they would say, we only need 11 guys at a time. Mm-hmm. And so, you know what, I know we're working at it extremely hard. We've had about 17, 18 committed recruits. We've had 14 to 15 more that we've offered. So our numbers are in the mid-40s right now. So coming around fall, we should be okay. So just a matter of time. Right now, it's for the lower numbers, they're getting a lot of reps, which means they're getting a lot more experience than if they're 4 or 5 deep. So we think they're fortunate that way to learn a new system. What's really tough is I'm the 4th offensive coordinator over the last 4 years. So it hasn't been easy for our young men, but we know that part of their experience is going to be something of value.
Are you going to go in there and take a look at building something new in terms of the offense, or do you take a look back at what some of the previous OCs have done, and do you try to build on that, or is it somewhere in between?
I think it's somewhere in between. I think it's got to be something that I'm comfortable with, and I know I can teach, that more importantly, something I believe in. And the game of football is about understanding how the game's played. You know, a commitment to understanding, hey, what's my role, what's needed on any given play. That aspect of the game has never changed. They'd say it's about blocking and tackling, and it really is. Right now, we're just going through a segment where we're trying to evaluate what can we do, and it's like, let's play those cards and let's start from there. And so it's been a great start the last couple of weeks. So I look forward to this last week, which is our scrimmage this Saturday.
Talk to me about working with your quarterbacks, because we talked about a lack of depth in some positions, but you do have some good depth at quarterback. What's your group like there?
We have 4 guys coming back. 3 of them it's their last year. We've had our starter that's been our starter for the last 2 years, but we've come up with an approach that it's open. We want our guys to be competitive. We want to be fair, and we've used the term best man wins. And so that gives everybody an opportunity to compete and to showcase what their value to this team is going to be.
Now, you spent 7 years at the University of Waterloo. Waterloo had some turbulence over that time, and you didn't work with a lot of resources. What lessons can you take away from that experience at Waterloo?
Well, I think like anything else, when you're trying to create and build, I think there's a process, and we had a great action plan. We had great minds there from a football standpoint. We had a lot of veteran coaches there. Dennis McPhee and Don Southern and Connie Kauai that knew what it took to win. It's just a matter of being patient and implementing what this game's all about. Now, it's still about. We felt that the 4 or 5 years experience that our men were going to incur there was going to impact the next 40, 50 years of their lives. They're there to get a university education. and to also get an experience football-wise, so hopefully they'll look back and have a wow factor to that. And I felt that for the most part we did. We had some issues there, but like anything else in life, you just accept it, move on, and look forward to the next chapter.
As a coach, what do you take away from being a college coach versus a professional coach? Because the two experiences are very different, aren't they?
About 30 years at the pro level and about 9 at the university level. What's funny is we're still dealing with men. Some are younger than the other ones. It's funny, at that other level, they're more comical because there's a lot more stress and pressure. But the athletes are of who they are, at the top-notch type of athletes, and enjoyed my time there. At this level, they're still young. They're from 18 to 22 years old. They're learning the process of going to school full-time, being a full-time athlete, and that's a different beast than saying just playing pure football. But it still boils down to your relationship with your men and making sure they understand what their role is and how important it is to the contribution of this team. So, again, having 4 children and all 4 of them gone to university and have been student athletes as well gives me a better insight of what goes through their minds as they go through their journeys.
Give me your impression of your boss. This is funny territory to cover, but your impressions of your new boss, Kelly Bates, the head coach up there. He brings a lot of energy into that role, and that's what you need as a head coach at the D2 level, isn't it?
He's a youngster that's from a farming community in Saskatchewan, Humboldt. I had a chance to go there and visit his family and understand why he is who he is. He's committed, he's passionate, he cares. And he's going to share with you what he feels in a respectful way, but there's not going to be a mincing of words because he understands that being a college graduate and having his own children and being professional and being a lineman particularly, how hard you have to work just to acquire certain things. And hopefully it's an extension of what they're going to get exposed to in life. And so, it's an honor that he's asked me to come on board. We got to work together last year, and I got to see the real Kelly Bates, which is he cares. He cares about our men, and he cares about our program, and cares about the University of Simon Fraser.
He prides himself on being a student of the game, though. Has that come out in the wash as you've been working with him?
Well, here's a guy that's played offensive lineman, and last year when we got together, he was working with the running backs. So I said, how's this going to work? What's he actually know about it? Well, he's pretty astute. He went research and was always asking questions of, what their mindset is. And got to spend a lot of time with them, getting a different perspective from a Polynesian guy. I go, well, Kelly, that's not bad, but here's kind of what may happen out there with these running backs. So, he's been a sponge. He's digested as much as he could, and he continues to learn. He's always in our meetings and defensive coordinators meetings, always trying to improve himself. I think that's a sign of a guy that's trying to be the best that he can be.
Well, Joe, let's not make it 3 decades between interviews again. Let's do this again real soon.
Are we talking about at the ice cream shop again?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do another one at an ice cream shop. Thanks very much for this. Joe Powpow, the new OC of the Simon Fraser clan.
Keeping with the clan, Bates signed his first recruit, inking wide receiver J.J. Delorier out of St. Thomas More. Delorier's family bloodlines run deep in Canadian football, as he is the nephew of UBC Hall of Fame defensive back Lou Delorier, who played with the T-Birds in the 1980s while going on to play 5 seasons in the CFL. Speaking of UBC, spring camp got underway in late March, but despite being at the camp, star quarterback Michael O'Connor was ineligible to participate due to CIS transfer rules. While more BC-born recruits have committed to the Blue and Gold for the 2015 season, here's the list of the latest players that are headed to Point Grey, as well as the rest of the latest BC-born players that have committed to CIS schools across the country. When we come back, I'll sit down with Sean McGarva from the BC Lions in studio, where we'll discuss the Orange Helmet Awards. Don't you dare go anywhere. TDBC is back after these messages.
Crown Produce secures produce locally and from around the world for Canadian retailers. Crown Produce is also proud to secure sponsorship of University football on Shaw. Crown Produce, supporting Canadian retailers and Canadian amateur football.
Welcome back to Touchdown BC. I'm Andrew Wadden. Joining me now is Sean McGarva from the BC Lions. He is the Senior Coordinator of Community Relations. Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, so we want to get into things talking about the Orange Helmet Awards. Right. Of course, they are coming up this month. Tell us a little bit about the history of the awards for those that perhaps don't know.
Yeah, well, our late President Bob Ackles actually started it in 2004. Saw sort of a need to get things going to support amateur football at all levels. So it's kind of grown throughout we're in our 12th year now, and the current chair is Jamie Terrace and has been since 2009. So it's sort of grown with more corporate support throughout the years, and even adding in recent years a couple more awards for the growth of 9-man football at the community level. So
now with Football BC, everyone's kind of under the same umbrella, all in the same room, or one night.
Yeah.
Tell us how important that is for the football community in BC.
Well, it's huge. Everyone's got their own schedules and all over the place. So to see all the faces at all the different levels come together for that night, a fun-filled evening, is pretty unique. And another thing I was going to expand on is a couple days before the Orange Helmet, we're actually doing the first ever amateur football summit, which is going to bring all the some dedicated personalities from all different levels together. For a day to just see how we can grow the sport in the province, and growth and participation, and that real synergy between the Lions, the pro team, and all the amateur levels. So,
and what's the agenda for the evening with the Orange Helmet Awards?
Well, this year it's cool. We get to have we're honored to have Jeff Garcia as our keynote. So he's going to be coming in, and a guy that's really passionate about the game. And we're going to hear from him and share his story about success in the CFL and then on to the NFL. He still coaches and mentors young athletes, so that's sort of our special guest of the night. And as always, with a nice silent auction and live auction. Our felines, we have a game called Heads and Tails, which is Helmets and Tight Ends, which is the take on Heads and Tails. So, the corporate community, everybody can buy a thing of beads, and you get to play a game, helmets or tight ends, and work your way down. Yeah, overall, it's going to be a pretty exciting night.
And having someone like Garcia be the keynote speaker, I mean, how important do you feel that is for kids to see someone like Jeff there, and all the success that he's had, whether it was in the CFL, the NFL? I mean, it's got to be a huge thing for those kids.
It's actually pretty, like you say, it's a pretty recognizable name from his success with the 49ers and the Eagles, and then what he did here in Calgary after Doug Flutie before he even went down there. So. It brings a nice profile to the event, I think. Him along with some past guests we've had. It's really sort of wraps up the night and brings everyone's attention together to hear one voice. And he knows where we're coming from, knows what the awards are all about. So I think it really helps the profile.
And how about fundraising? It's quite important, obviously. Yeah. How does this help the football community in BC?
It helps in a big way. It's one of our major monetary fundraisers. So along with 50-50 that we do at all our games, it's split all the proceeds between all the levels. So to date, we're over 700,000 now in the 12 years. So looking forward, of course, in the next few years to maybe hit that million mark. So,
absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. And talk about Lions now in the community. Obviously, you being the community relations coordinator, how do the Lions? What sort of things are they doing in the community to not only help grow their team and the Lions, but help grow football, throughout the province?
Well, we sort of break it into sort of 2 times of the year. Right now, we're currently in the off-season, and we really just blitz the schools. So we have a lot of educational programs. Our guys that choose to live here in the off-season and want to donate their time, we get out on a number of messages, whether it's elementary or high school, to some key messages that are close to our hearts.
Yep.
And then as we transition after the team is sort of set in June and we come out of training camp, we have a few more camps and clinics that are really amateur football focused. So throughout that summer and into the fall is amateur football based, like pump, pass, and kick competitions, play with the pros clinics. We did a combine last year, commit to fit combine. So that's how we break up the year.
And let's talk a little bit about the team now, coming into next season. How excited are you guys as an organization for maybe some of the changes that have happened around the team and coaching staff and whatnot?
We're thrilled. We feel pretty fortunate to be able to bring in Coach Tedford, as Wally was able to do. So So it's going to give us a nice, exciting new look. He promises some pretty up-tempo and college-type offense you might see, because that's what sells tickets, that's what puts butts in the seats. So we just had a recent couple fan forums that fans were able to come out and hear from the new coaching staff, and he promises a lot of excitement. So us, from the front office, extremely thrilled. He's a good face for our club, and our team seems to be pretty revved up to go.
How about the Grey Cup, the past Grey Cup that just happened at BC Place? I mean, how much of a thrill was it for you guys to host that event?
Terrific. You know, the committee did a fantastic job once again, and it was, I think it was probably a challenge for everyone coming. We hosted in 2011, and all the stars aligned. We made the game and pulled it off. We weren't as lucky last year, but I think the festival itself was one of the best, you know, I've seen since I've been around the league, and certainly everyone else agreed. The weather helped out. Yeah, it was a huge success.
Yeah, well, myself and my co-host on Crown Countdown, you, Ryan Sullivan, we went to the game, had a fantastic time. Thought you guys did a great job with everything leading up to the event as well. So tell us now, though, about tickets for the Orange Helmet Awards. Where can you get them? Do you go online? We can get them at the box office. Where do you get them? Okay,
so there are a few tables left, so we want to fill it. And BC Lions is the way you want to call BC Lions. Her name is Melissa. So 604-930-5466.
Which is, you'll see running on the bottom of your screen right now.
Got it? Yes, give us a show. Ask Melissa. Okay, Melissa Grout, and she's finalizing the last tables.
All right, excellent. Well, there you go. That's Sean McGarva from the BC Lions. Be sure to get out there, get your tickets, support amateur football in BC. Sean?
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Now it's time for another edition of Huck and Chuck with Handsworth Royals head coach Jay Prepchuk.
Hold up. Okay, now you're going to work on shuffling up, so you're going to get pressure up the pocket too, right? So you're going to get pressure from both sides. You're going to have to come step up in the pocket. So all I want you to do is give me a little dip right here. It's going to kind of do a pressure dip in case the defense is trying to swat the ball. So just a pressure dip, straight ahead this way, still out of the corner of your eye. Liam puts his hands up, boom, turn and make sure you're aligned properly. Here we go. So it's just a shuffle up, good. Short shuffle. It's right here. It's not big lumbering strides. It's short shuffling right up here. Okay, shuffle up. Good, yeah, dip. Give me a dip. Good, watch your stride, Lucas. Dip. Good, good. Excellent. Good, where's your eyes? Don't focus on one guy. Don't focus on one guy. Good. Look down the field, just out of the corner of your eye. See it. See it right there. Good. Good, excellent, excellent, nice. Good, great. Good, perfect, yeah, you got a little dip in there, I like it. Good, good. Okay, hold up, just to make sure that you guys are athletic. If you're getting a quarterback that's standing up too much in the pocket, let's just get him down. You're just going to be on the spot, guys. You're just going to be chopping. Okay, you're just going to be chop, 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 and throw. Okay, so you're just used to getting athletic, being athletic in the pocket. Okay, chop, chop, chop. Eyes are downfield, and deliver that throw. Okay, again, different positions, working your feet. Make sure you're in an athletic position. Here we go. There you go. Turn, throw. Good. Chop, chop. Looking downfield, come off him, good. Good. Come off him. Where's your balance, Lucas, hey? Where's your balance? Good. 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 Excellent. Excellent. Stay with it. Good. Chop, chop. Okay, and our last two drills, guys, come on a little tighter here. Lucas, you can stay there. Actually, Liam, you can come over here for me with being my partner. Okay? Oftentimes, a mistake that a quarterback will make is not bending his left knee. So what we want to make sure we do here is have that left knee bent as we throw the ball. If your left knee is locked, you're standing up in the pocket, you're not going to be able to move around at all. You're not going to be mobile. Now, I know that people say stand tall in the pocket, which we want you to do, but you have to have some knee bend. That's why we're doing drills like the ones we just did, footwork drills, where we're working from an athletic position. Now, when you throw the football, we want to keep that left knee bent so that you transfer your weight onto that left knee. So sometimes a quarterback is going to throw the ball and the ball might drift away on you. If that ball is drifting away on you, it's probably because you're not transferring your weight onto your left side. You're throwing, your left knee is straight and you're not able to continue your momentum onto your left side. So what you want to do is you want to finish as you step, not an overstride. As you take that jab step, you want to step here, keep that left knee bent, throw and step into that left knee, okay? Sooner or later in the process, in the throwing motion, you are going to straighten that knee up. But for now, what we're going to focus on is throwing, stepping, step, and release. So we're going to do a drill called exaggerated follow-through drill. And on the exaggerated follow-through drill, all we're doing is we're going to throw, we're going to take our jab step, we're going to throw, and we're just going to step into the throw. That'll make sure, if our left knee is bent, we're not going to be able to get through. We're not going to be able to clear our whole right side into that throw if we're like this. We're going to end up back here like this. You watch your quarterback. Sometimes they're going to throw and they'll finish back like this. We want them on this drill, exaggerated follow-through drill. We're just going to step, throw, take a couple of steps in. Very similar to our throwing on the run drill. Very similar to our throwing on the run drill. So Mihai and Lucas are going to be set up. So Mihai's just going to be there. He's going to step into it. He's going to bend and step. See that? Steps into that throw. So he continues into that throw. Okay, coming back. Good. Step into it. Good. Finish at your target. Finish at your target. Good. A little bit more knee bend. Good. So maybe incorporate a little bit of foot fire. Good. Step into it. Step. Good. Transfer your weight. Transfer your weight. Okay, one more time. Transfer your weight. Good. Okay, and then the next drill. Good. Step into it. That's going to assure that you have that left knee in this position as you throw. Not straightening it out here, okay? The ball comes back to Mihai. We're going to work on our exaggerated follow. We're going to work on our hop drill now. So our last drill we're going to show you guys is just simply a drill for the quarterbacks that are overstriding. So one thing that we will do if somebody's overstriding, we'll put them on a line and make sure we'll put cones in a U formation right there. We'll have them here so when they throw, boom, they can't touch that line. Or we'll put a 2x4 there, a piece of wood, a foam, whatever, a bag, right there, boom. It's got to be right there. It can't be overstriding. Right there, right there, right there. Not too big of a stride. If you get into an overstriding position, again, that ball's probably going to go sailing on you. It's going to go flying high up and over. Okay, so what we're going to do now is what we call the hop drill. Hop, hop, hop. And now if you were to overstride too far on this, you'd actually fall right on your face doing this. Okay, so we're just going to hop, 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 and throw. Hop, 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 and throw. Okay, Mihai, here we go. Hop, 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 and throw. Good. There you go. And you can finish through it. Nice. Good. Hop, 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 and throw. Good. Athletic.
Okay.
We won't have you move at all, don't worry.
Oh,
There you go, exactly.
Huh?
Get your core working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right there, and let's see if you can deliver a pass to Liam here. There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
into the dirt.
Good job.
Thanks for that, Mullen. That's it, folks. That's another edition of TDBC in the bank. Be sure to check back with us next month. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you in 1 month's time.